What if a simple airport return suddenly felt like the most romantic moment ARMY has ever witnessed? Flushed face fire. From New York back to Korea, but the energy? It felt more like a newlywed couple returning from their honeymoon. And the most surprising part, it was the smallest interactions that made everything feel so real. Hello K-pop lovers! Welcome back to Taekook Diary, the place where we share heartwarming moments, beautiful stories, and sweet interactions between Taehyung and Jungkook that always make ARMY smile. It all started with something that was supposed to be ordinary, a simple return from New York. But the moment Taehyung and Jungkook appeared at the airport, something immediately felt different. It wasn't just their outfits, and it wasn't the flashing cameras surrounding them. It was the atmosphere they carried together. There was a subtle shift in energy that fans couldn't ignore. The way they walked side by side, almost no distance between them, and those brief glances they exchanged, it all felt unusually intimate. Even before any major interaction happened, the mood already felt like a scene straight out of a romantic drama. Fans who watched the clips began to notice this soft tension, this quiet closeness that seemed deeper than usual. And right at that moment, the idea of honeymoon vibes started to spread across the fandom like wildfire, leaving everyone curious about what really happened during their time away. As they continued walking through the airport, the smallest details began to stand out, and somehow, those were the moments that felt the most real. Jungkook was seen subtly watching Taehyung, not in an obvious way, but in a quiet, caring manner. It was the kind of look that felt protective, almost instinctive, like he was making sure Taehyung was okay in the middle of the chaos. Meanwhile, Taehyung looked calm and relaxed, occasionally giving soft smiles in Jungkook's direction, as if they were sharing an unspoken conversation. What truly caught fans' attention was how they constantly stayed within such a close distance. It didn't look accidental, and it didn't seem like it was caused by the crowd. It felt intentional. As if, after a long journey, the one thing they naturally gravitated toward was each other. And that realization alone made everything feel more emotional. What made this moment even more overwhelming for ARMY was the tiny details that are often missed, but this time, they were captured clearly. Whenever one of them slowed down, the other would instantly match their pace. When the crowd became overwhelming, they instinctively moved closer together. There was even a brief moment where their hands almost brushed against each other, and that single second was enough to send fans into a frenzy. Clips of that moment were replayed over and over again, with fans trying to confirm what they had just seen, and even though it lasted only a heartbeat, the emotional impact felt much bigger. It didn't feel staged or exaggerated. Instead, it felt natural, like a genuine connection unfolding in real time. This is exactly why many fans began calling this the airport honeymoon moment, because the warmth and intimacy felt far beyond a simple public appearance. If you look closely, there was also a noticeable shift in their expressions. Taehyung, who is usually playful and expressive, appeared softer, calmer, almost more grounded. On the other hand, Jungkook gave off a more protective aura, like someone who was quietly watching over the person beside him. This contrast created a dynamic that felt incredibly intimate. It wasn't loud or dramatic, but rather gentle and sincere. And maybe that's exactly why it affected fans so deeply. Because it didn't feel like fan service or something performed for the cameras, it felt like a small glimpse into something more personal. Something real. And moments like this are rare, moments where emotions seem to slip through naturally, without effort, allowing fans to witness something truly special. ARMY's reaction across the world? Absolutely chaotic, in the best way possible. Loudly crying face fire social media timelines were instantly flooded with edits, theories, and emotional reactions. Many fans pointed out that their energy felt noticeably different this time. Some even described it as one of the most iconic Taekook airport moments ever. Not because of grand gestures, but because of how genuine their chemistry felt. Others began comparing it to past moments, noticing a clear evolution in how they interact with each other now. There's more comfort, more openness, and a deeper sense of connection that seems to have grown over time. And of course, all of this led to one big question that fans couldn't stop asking: What exactly happened in New York that made this moment feel so different? As expected, theories began to spread quickly. Some fans believe that their time in New York allowed them to grow even closer, while others think they simply had the chance to relax and enjoy each other's company away from the spotlight. But one thing is certain, whatever happened during that trip, its impact was clearly visible at the airport. The way they looked at each other, the way they moved in sync, it all suggested a level of comfort that felt deeper than before. And maybe that's why the term honeymoon felt so fitting, even if it was only symbolic, because what fans witnessed wasn't just interaction, it was connection. A quiet, undeniable bond that doesn't need to be explained, only felt. And that's what made this moment unforgettable. What makes this moment even more unforgettable is how natural everything felt, even in the middle of intense media attention. Taehyung and Jungkook didn't seem to perform or exaggerate anything for the cameras. Instead, they moved with a quiet sense of ease, as if the crowd around them barely existed. Their steps were unconsciously synchronized, their pace adjusted to match each other without a word. At times, a simple glance between them carried more emotion than any dramatic gesture ever could. Fans noticed how comfortable they looked, how their body language spoke louder than anything else. It felt like they were sharing a private moment in a very public place. And that contrast is exactly what made it so powerful. In a space filled with noise and chaos, they created a calm, intimate atmosphere that felt almost untouchable, like a small world built just for the two of them. So now I really have to ask you, did you feel it too? That soft, almost unreal honeymoon vibe that made this airport moment feel so different from anything we've seen before? Flushed face, was it just a coincidence, or do you think there's something deeper behind the way Taehyung and Jungkook interacted this time? Every glance, every step, every quiet moment between them felt meaningful in a way that's hard to explain but impossible to ignore. I'd honestly love to hear your thoughts, your theories, and even your emotional reactions, so don't be shy, share everything in the comments below. And if this story made your heart flutter even just a little, don't forget to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and share it with your fellow ARMY friends. Let's keep supporting, loving, and celebrating these unforgettable moments together.